Alright everyone, today we're going to be working on my old Dodge truck. It's a 1986 w150, W being four-wheel drive. And today I got a new grill that I'm going to be putting on it. Unfortunately, when I was younger, this is my first truck. I've had this for, I don't know, 12 years. Unfortunately, I was stupid when I was younger and I painted the grill black, but it's not really a big deal because the chrome was chipping to begin with, and the marker light, daytime running light, is all cracked. So we're gonna get that changed out. And then I've been having a problem with the windshield wipers not working. We'll get into that a little bit later, but long story short, the diagnostics I've done, I got a new motor for the wipers, and we'll see if that changes anything. So my plan is to clean this truck up a little bit, get a new set of wheels and tires, eventually down the road get the bed painted, and just keep her classic looking. Nothing too crazy, just a good running truck. So anybody knows it's almost invaluable having a good running truck that you could just start up and use. All right, let's get to it. Let's get her started up. All right, I got the battery hooked up. Let's see what she's got. It is probably 34 degrees out, so it's pretty cold. Give her a couple more pumps. Nice. The battery that's in it has the date of 2014. So it's pretty incredible. It's still cranking. All right, let's get her warmed up, pull it over to the shop so we can pull this old grill off and get the new one on. All right, so while I was warming the truck up, I could notice a pretty bad smell coming into the cab. Well, this heater core hose has a leak in it and is dripping onto the manifold. So I'm glad that happened now rather than later, because I still got coolant in the overflow, so it just started happening. So I'll have to get a new heater core hose for it. But that's unfortunate, because now I gotta change the grill out here. So we'll get that tore apart and show you the progress once we get there. So first steps removing this grill is you take these outer bezels off. You got 2, 4, 5 of these Phillips screws. I had purchased these screws from Napa, but this is a lot thicker thread, so I'll have to bring this with me to get some new ones, because I like how these have the black coating on them, original coating, and these are all rusty and pretty old. So I'll bring these with me, go to Napa, get some new ones. But you'll start on these outside bezels and just twist this light, pop it right out, and then your bezel is off. Now you get to the center of the grill, the center section, and remove all of these right here. Get all those off, and there's a few down here. Only 4 on the bottom and 4 on the top, so we'll get to that. We'll leave everything loose. That way we could shuffle the new grill on and get everything nice and squared where there's not big gaps on the corners and whatnot. So hopefully this new grill goes on pretty good. It's a Rock Auto grill. It looks really nice, so we'll get to it. Okay, here's the new grill. Looks really good. Keeping the nice classic look. I didn't really have any play to line up that top gap. Same with over here. It's kind of off. The bottom is not bad. So, beggars can't be choosing. But you can see what I mean with the old hardware. It stands out like a sore thumb. The only thing I noticed with these new marker lights, there's a pretty good gap right here, which to most people isn't a big deal. But I like things being as close to OEM or being OEM if I can. You see on this OEM piece, it's right up against the plastic. There's no gaps. So what do you do when that's the only thing that's on the market? But I think it looks a whole lot better. Gives it that nice classic look again. Cleans up the front end really well. I think it looks good. So try to get this windshield wiper motor switched out next. And then some future plans. I need to get a new windshield for it because it's leaking down into the cab in these corners. There's a lot of moisture in there. So, and the windshield is cracked. It's been cracked for as long as I've owned it because growing up I didn't have money to fix any of those problems. And doors open and shut really well. I know they're sealing up. Get some new carpet for it. Clean that up. The seat's in really good condition, so we'll keep that. And try to find some trim pieces or fix what I can. And eventually, once I get everything else done, move to getting this thing repainted. That's way down the road. I got to get a new steering box for it as well. I had gotten a new steering shaft. I got that installed. That was just an Amazon purchase. A lot of people swear by the Borgeson shaft, and I have that on that truck over there. But quite honestly, this looks exactly the same, if not is built in the same factory as the Borgeson shaft. So it was a lot cheaper. It didn't get any of the slop out. A lot of it's in the box. I got new tie rod ends on it. So, and ever since I've owned this truck, the steering gear box has been leaking, so that needs to be fixed. I was able to purchase some new the pressure line and return line off of Rock Auto. They're only like $16. So I got those already purchased and in my possession. So you get a new steering box for it, tighten the steering up. Like I said, some new wheels and tires, new windshield, new carpet. Start driving this old girl again. I need to find somebody local, I haven't done any looking yet, that could tune this carburetor, because ever since I've owned it, this thing has ran pretty fat. And I've messed with it, but I'm not too versed in vehicle carburetor tuning, so I'd rather have somebody that knows what they're doing and do it right, get it tuned up pretty well. It doesn't need to make a whole bunch of horsepower, I just want it to run really well. That's the goal of this truck. So alright, I got to get to this wiper motor. First thing I'm going to do is unplug everything, plug in the new one, and see if that is for sure my problem. What I ended up doing is unplugging the connector from it, turning the switch on, and I had a test light hooked up to the negative on the battery, and it's getting power to the motor itself, so I'm hoping that is our problem, and it'll be an easy fix just switching that out. Alright, my phone doesn't have much storage, so I have to explain this pretty fast. There's a little tab under there that you got to push that way, and while you're doing that, get a wrench that fits in there and pop this wiper off. There's a bunch of screws that run along to get this cowling off. Then you can get to the windshield wiper motor. There's a ground strap under this bolt. That ended up being my problem, not even the wiper motor. So make sure that strap is really clean and put some dielectric grease on it. That's how it grounds to the chassis, is through the bolt. And that's probably your problem if you have a windshield wiper motor that's not working. So that's fixed now, and moving on to other things. All right, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment if you need any help.